Hey guys, Gormanator, working on my own game today for a few minutes. I've got an alignment rod stuck in a broken shaft as an angle for work on my shoulder plane, okay? So what I'm trying to do, what we all should be doing, is trying to turn our shoulder plane perpendicular to our spine. And what happens with most guys is they might lift this shoulder up, go a little bit flat, and that's gonna take the arms way around. You might come inside or you go over the top on the way back. So kind of simplifying things, where I've got this stick off here about probably a foot, 2 feet in front of the ball I'm going to hit at the bottom down there. And it's resting here on my shoulder, okay, in between my neck and the shoulder. And I can feel the left shoulder gliding down this stick here. Now what happens with this is sometimes we'll come in and we'll raise up the shoulder right away. And it's very important that that shoulder stay down low, left hip lower than the right in the transition. So we're up here like this, coming down, and we start to level out later. Most amateurs that I teach, students, tend to poke that shoulder up early, and that throws the club and widens the angle out back here. So like I said, just working on me a little bit for a minute. Here we go, low shoulder. Perpendicular to my spine angle. So my spine should be roughly perpendicular to this yellow stick, okay? And then from there, I feel the glide down, and then when I come through, my shoulder plane should be matching here, like this. Yep, very good. So, and we're thinking about swing planes, shoulder planes, shaft planes, right? The lower one, the lower plane angles, like the lower 180 of a 360 circle, that's the one that you see. Like a Tommy Fleetwood really looks like he's wired in. When the shaft is like right here, and you take this club back and you stop when the left arm is level to the ground. That'll be P3 in our world here. That's the lower 180. So you can do a lot of good work from here just by tracking the plane forward, exiting left like Fleetwood. And you can see what that does for my spine angle, right? Keeps it in the shoulder plane perfect here. So I'm going to do a little Fleetwood. The Fleetwood idea is kind of the Morad principle of level to the ground with the left arm on plane. Keep the body over the ground, left shoulder stays low. Start to come in, unwind around on the plane on the way through over here.
Okay, everybody, here's Mac O'Grady, slow motion from the back view this time. I should say the side view. Down the line here, I put the rib cage lines in there, and as you get halfway back when the left arm's level to the ground, that left rib cage and shoulder joint should be right on the mark there, right at the front of the rib cage where it was there. That means that his left shoulder had stayed down on that pivot compression kind of practice swings you're going to see me making in this video. So this is the master. He's hitting baby draws up against the fence on the right side. And I'm going to clear this step out so you can watch a couple in slow motion here. There you go. Right on the mark. So I'm going to draw a line down here for his head. Now we're just going to see where the tailbone and such stay, you're going to see something probably a little bit different than you might have expected. The transition piece down here is the elbows down right there in the solid left wrist. Now you can see his rear is going to somewhat of extension. So he's not staying on the back line, but his head stayed on the front line. And that's how you should work that. And your pelvis should be right on the way down at 6 here, start to push up, and that belt will start to get more level from front to back. It was here, and then it went into a little bit more level coming in there, going, pushing those legs up into extension, thrusting that right leg back, and boom, pure. So enjoy this video and leave some comments. Please subscribe. We'll see you on the other side.
Something like that. So exiting left, simply around this way. I'm playing here, I'm playing around. That's the idea. Now, sometimes I'll move the stick on this side, right? And the reason I do that is because if you drew a line for a good player's neck right here from the front view, you'll see that the right shoulder on the way down starts to move laterally and begins to line up on that stick. So it changes about 4 inches there. And most of amateurs don't have enough lateral action. They learn to rotate, they turn too much, rotate, throw the club out, and don't go through, right? So that's an issue. The stick on the right side, however, allows me to feel the stick up against my neck, and this is one of my favorites. Then when I come down, I'll move away from the stick with my right shoulder, and this should be really good. It feels good already. Yeah, I rarely hit it offline doing this drill. So again, the shaft is on my right side of my neck, and as I move forward into the little bit of bump slide, my right shoulder will start to go forward and the stick will be lined up on the shoulder joint just about. And that's where you get the compression. Instead of back here like this and then just re-rotating the shoulder out, and then you're too far behind. That shoulder's got a, I can see my shadow too, it looks great. Here we go. Mm-hmm. Shoulder down, dip down, around down. There we go. On your phone, if you do that kind of stuff, and what you'll notice is the shoulder winds up behind the stick, and then there's a transfer like this. The shoulder starts to move forward as it rotates out and down. And if you stay too centered, you won't shift your weight and you won't be able to take nice compressed divots forward. So I really like this feeling of my shoulder moving, thrusting. It's called the pivot train in the golf machine. Mac McGrady talks about that. The pivot train, you bring it all. So you're going to shift and turn, otherwise called a slurn. Shift and turn slurn. Hogan was the best, did it the latest. Here we go, we're up on the neck. Gonna wind it up, move the shoulder forward.